Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and we're here in beautiful Botkins, Ohio, and with me is Lee Braun, and we're at Provico Farm and Show Supply. And Lee, you want to tell us a little bit about your background and your how you ended up in this business and what how you got here?
Well, good morning, Alan. How I got into this, basically the family type situation. My grandfather started the Provico Farm, or Botkins Grain and Feed, I should say, back in 1928. Uh, Third generation here, and I try to maintain their name. But been on a livestock farm all my life, still running some cattle. Got grandkids now in showing lambs and pigs. Uh, Graduate of Ohio State University, and we just moved into this facility September 1st, 2018.
Well, you have a beautiful facility here where you're at, and you have a huge diversity of products for not only egg producers, but for really anybody that has anything going on in the outdoors.
Yes, we basically, as you notice, the industry changing all the time, are trying to get more to the urban trade. I know if you were walking around, you were noticing all the herbicides, weed killers, pond chemicals. So yeah, we're trying to bring that town person or city person in to bird seed, look at some items to appease them also.
Well, we buy a lot of feed here for our cattle, and we get whether it's wormer or other supplies that we need. You want to kind of talk about more specifically when the other things that you besides feed that you might have here for cattle, kids at 4-H, and all those kind of things.
Okay. Uh, Sometimes I think my inventory is too big, and sometimes I think it's too small. But we basically have, on the way of cattle feeds, starter feeds, milk replacers. Uh, we work with the animal health products. We have equipment in the way of cattle handling equipment, gates, fence, uh, and we have a lot of the veterinary equipment to help work with keeping livestock go too. So,
Well, you have quite not only feed and supplies and that kind of thing, but a huge selection of well, right over here there's some wheelbarrows and waters and all those kind of things
yes,
as well.
sir. Yes, yes.
Well, Lee, we've been buying stuff here for many years. When you were at the old location, and even when it was still before it actually became separate from the Provico elevator,
Yes.
my parents and my dad did business down here at Provico, whether it would be hauling grain or getting feed ground. So it's been quite a long history of things, and I would imagine you have a lot of clients that are the same way.
Yeah, you've got a point there. Uh, Again, my age shows when people walk in here, I find out that that was a child just a few years ago, and now he's driving a vehicle. So, yes, it's nice to see the third generation coming on in. Yes, we appreciate that.
Well, when we talk about having some things for urban folks, you don't necessarily have to be in the livestock business to come down here to find something that might be of use for you, right?
Correct. A lot of the things, little variations on some stuff we do have with the bee supplies. We do have the maple syrup, some supplies. We do have bird seeds, pet foods. So yes, we try to bring them in here also. Have an array of lawn and garden tools, household brooms, and so forth. So yes, we hope to attract that urban person here as well.
Well, I know in the springtime you always have a large collection of garden seeds as well.
Yes, right now our big movers are the grass seed, and if we can get the knob turned off upstairs to get a little dry weather, that would be nice. So, but yes, yes, we do that also.
Lee, this is not your typical local store where people from maybe just the local area, Auglaize, Shelby County, might be coming here. You guys really service a large area of Ohio.
Yes, we have a salesman who works the road, calls in other dealers. We have a lady in here who makes telephone calls to dealers. We have a truck that runs the state every 2 weeks. Be honest with you, if I had to give a percentage of sales, I would put about 40 to 50% of our sales come from the dealer network, which I think a lot of people don't know that we do that. But yes, we have them anywhere from Marietta up to Holmes County and over into Indiana. So we keep a salesman busy, and we keep a truck driver busy too.
Well, that's quite a large service area. So if somebody that's watching our show is in Holmes County, what would be? Do you have a dealer list or something like that that you have somewhere?
Yes, sir. Basically, one of the gals here has a complete list of all the dealers that we service in the state. And if somebody were to call in and ask as to where I might be able to pick up some items, she could fill them in on the deals on that. Yes. So basically, in Holmes County, we have about 2 or 3 dealers sitting up there right now. For those who would like to know who's on our dealer network, you can give us a call at 1-800-762-2931. We also have, we're on Facebook, and we also have a website that's being updated, just simply provico.com.
When I come by here at this new location, this is really great because, I call my order in advance. It's really easy to get to and, have my order ready and they load it up for me and put it in the trailer. So, you're just really convenient right off I-75.
I'll tell you what's been interesting is the number of people. I've been with the company almost 45 years, and you accept changes by just working with it. When people found out that we had bought this facility, you would be surprised how many people said it was scary going over to the other place. It was intimidating. The other place was between the grain facility and a feed mill. So you had a lot of large trucks, which everybody's worked up over the thing. Right now, we're on the main drag in Botkins. I can see homes right across the street. I can look a little to the right, and I can see farmland, which is great. So everybody's been pleased about that. We're right off I-75, which is exit 104, and our address is 225 South Main Street. So when they say location is important, definitely location has been a plus. So we have seen more new faces in the past 8 months than we have ever, and we were glad for all that, and we're glad we made the change.
Well, Lee, you have a huge selection, but how did you decide that you ended up with this wide of a variety of inventory here?
A lot of this has been something we have maintained for the past 30 years. But one thing, for example, we've taken on something new has been the high noon show feed line. This has brought quite a few customers in, and it's also helped us a little bit with some of the new horse feeds that Kalmbach, who makes the high noon feeds, can also introduce into the area too. The Hubbard feeds, the Show-Right line of feeds, have always been successful, still very well liked, but we try to listen a little bit to what the customer has to say, or you're in trouble if you don't. So we're constantly adding new items. I think one of the things that's been really nice here is Hubbard has introduced a new line of feed bags. I mean, it may sound silly, but they have got some of the pictures of poultry on it, the whether it be layers, chicks, turkeys, geese, this type of situation is all added to the consumer's like of the bags. And when something's updated more than every 20 years, the customer realizes they still have a lot of interest and they're doing something to the feed too. So we like working with both Hubbard and with the high noon feeds.
Lee, I'm new, and my kids are starting 4-H for the first time. This looks to me to be a great place to come to get started.
I think it is. We've got one young guy who's been at it in the show end probably for a strong 15, 20 years. One of the things that makes it interesting is the fact that most of the people are, I think the girls have made a joke that between the 4 employees in here, there's a little over 100 years experience. And that kind of shows my age a little bit, but that's the way it goes. Some of the changes that have come on is the dairy industry, for one. A lot of guys are having to drop out. The herds are getting bigger. These guys who have been in the cattle industry all their life are transitioning to feeding cattle now. And we have the equipment to help house these animals. We have the equipment to help health programs. We have the people who can introduce feed programs. So I kind of appreciate that. Another one is every year we have a new 4-H kids coming in, and glad to see them. We have, again, the ability and the people to talk to about feed rations, equipment, housing, care, and I think that we can be, one thing you always have from our customers that tell us is we come here because you know how to answer some questions, and we appreciate that. And we're glad to hear that, so we must be doing something right, and we hope to continue doing something right. So we look forward to future new people and keeping our old faithful customers too.
Lee, we appreciate your time today. And if somebody wanted more information, where can they go?
Okay. First off, I want to say thank you for stopping in and getting us some coverage. But we have a couple places. They can go to Facebook, Provico. We have a website at provico.com. And we have a toll-free number of 1-800-762-2931 that you can call in and ask questions. So we have 5 phones in here. We're not afraid to answer it. So if you have questions, don't be afraid to call.
Well, thanks for being with us.
All right. Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more in Ohio Country Today right after this.